Want to grow crunchy, sweet white radish? Try this method. You know, in the quiet rhythm of a thriving garden, there are few vegetables as satisfying to grow as the crisp and refreshing white radish. Known around the world as Daikon, this elongated snow-white root has nourished communities across Japan, China, and well, beyond for centuries. Its flavor, mild, slightly sweet, and irresistibly crunchy, makes it a prized addition to salads, soups, stir-fries, and pickles. But honestly, achieving that perfect texture and sweetness is not accidental. It's really the result of timing, soil precision, and careful cultivation. Today, we're going to uncover the method that transforms ordinary white radish into a harvest of exceptional quality. Understanding the plant. White radish, or daikon, belongs to the brassica family, relatives of cabbage and mustard. Unlike small red radishes, daikon roots grow long and thick, often reaching 30 to 60 centimeters in length under ideal conditions. Its crispness depends on three main factors: loose, deep soil, cool growing temperatures, and consistent moisture. Miss one of these, and the root may become fibrous, bitter, or even cracked. Timing is everything. White radish thrives in cool seasons. The ideal planting window is late summer to early autumn or early spring in cooler climates. Temperatures between 10 and 20 degrees Celsius produce the sweetest roots. When grown in hot weather, the plant matures too quickly. The result? Spicy, pithy roots lacking that desirable sweetness. In regions with warm climates, sowing at the tail end of the hot season allows roots to mature in cooler soil, a critical advantage. Step 1. Preparing the perfect soil. This is where success begins, honestly. White radish forms a long taproot, and compacted soil forces the root to fork, twist, or just remain stunted. The solution is deep preparation. Loosen soil to at least 30 to 40 centimeters deep. Remove stones and debris. Incorporate compost for fertility, and of course, ensure excellent drainage. A sandy loam soil is ideal. Heavy clay soils may cause deformities and water retention problems. Oh, and avoid fresh manure. It actually promotes excessive leaf growth at the expense of root development. Step 2. Direct sowing for strong roots. White radish does not transplant well. Its taproot really dislikes disturbance. So, sow seeds directly into the ground. Create shallow rows 1 to 2 centimeters deep, space seeds 5 to 7 centimeters apart, and leave 30 to 40 centimeters between rows. Once seedlings emerge, thin them carefully to prevent overcrowding. Proper spacing ensures each plant develops a thick, straight root. Overcrowding results in thin, underdeveloped radishes, all competing for nutrients. Step 3. The watering secret. Moisture consistency is key to achieving that crisp texture we all love. Irregular watering causes cracking and woody fibers inside the root. Water deeply but evenly. The soil should remain moist, not waterlogged. Mulching with straw or dried grass helps retain moisture and regulate soil temperature. This also reduces weed competition, making life a bit easier for your radishes. Step 4 is all about balanced nutrition. White radish, really prefers moderate feeding. If you give it too much nitrogen, you'll end up with lots of leafy growth, but the roots lose their sweetness, so it's best to use well-aged compost or a balanced organic fertilizer. Phosphorus and potassium are especially important. They help the roots develop strong and sweet. But remember, too much fertilizer can actually cause hollow roots. They might look great on the outside, but honestly, they're pretty disappointing inside. Now let's talk about the role of temperature. Cool temperatures slow down the growth of the radish just enough to let sugars really build up in the root. This is actually why daikon grown in autumn is usually sweeter than those from the spring. Nature really does reward your patience here. Protecting your crop naturally is super important. Like all brassicas, white radish can attract pests like flea beetles and root maggots. Some good prevention methods include using floating row covers, practicing crop rotation, and encouraging healthy soil biodiversity. When your plants are strong and growing in balanced soil, they're just naturally more resistant to pests. Harvesting at the perfect moment really makes all the difference. The ideal harvest window usually arrives about 50 to 70 days after sowing, depending on the variety you're growing. You definitely don't want to wait too long. Over-mature radishes become fibrous and, well, they lose that natural sweetness. The best time to harvest is when the roots are firm, the skin is smooth and bright white, and the diameter reaches about 5 to 8 centimeters. It's important to gently loosen the soil before pulling, just to avoid any breakage. A freshly harvested white radish should feel heavy for its size. That's a sure sign of juiciness. After harvesting, post-harvest handling is key to keeping your radish fresh. You'll want to remove the leaves immediately after harvest, since those leaves draw moisture from the root if left attached. For storage, keep your radishes in a cool, humid environment. When properly stored, daikon can actually stay fresh for several weeks. And if you're thinking about long-term preservation, slicing and pickling is a traditional method in many Asian cuisines. So, why is white radish worth growing? Well, it's not just delicious, it's also nutritionally powerful. It contains vitamin C, potassium, digestive enzymes, and dietary fiber. In traditional diets across Korea and Japan, daikon is really valued for supporting digestion and balancing out heavier meals. Plus, its mild sweetness makes it even more versatile than those red radishes you might be used to. Here's the proven method in summary. To grow crunchy, sweet white radish, plant in cool seasons, prepare deep, loose soil, direct sow your seeds, maintain consistent moisture, avoid excess nitrogen, and harvest right on time. If you follow these principles, the result is unmistakable. A long, gleaming white root. Crisp, juicy, naturally sweet. In the living soil beneath our feet, transformation is always happening. With patience and care, a tiny seed becomes a root of remarkable texture and flavor. The white radish doesn't demand extravagance, just a bit of understanding. And when you harvest it at its peak, it offers one of the simplest pleasures a garden can give, an audible crunch, fresh from the earth.